How many things have to go right today for you to feel okay? Think about it honestly. Your alarm working, traffic flowing, no accidents on the highway, your boss being in a good mood, that client responding positively, your presentation going smoothly. A dozen variables, maybe more, all of them outside your control. And if even one fails, if traffic stops, if an email goes unanswered, if someone reacts badly, your entire sense of security collapses. This is how you've been living, and it's killing you. Not dramatically, not visibly, but in the way your chest tightens every morning before you even open your eyes, in the way you check your phone compulsively, scanning for problems, for threats, for signs that something might go wrong, in the perpetual low-grade anxiety that hums underneath everything you do, telling you that your peace of mind is only as stable as your circumstances. And your circumstances are never stable. They shift constantly, which means you're never actually secure. You're just temporarily free from disaster. You've built your entire life on this foundation, on the belief that you'll be fine as long as nothing goes catastrophically wrong, as long as you can keep all the variables aligned, all the pieces in place, all the potential disasters at bay. And maybe that works for a while. Maybe you can maintain the illusion of control as long as luck cooperates. But luck doesn't cooperate forever. Traffic stops, plans fall apart, people disappoint you. And when they do, you don't adapt, you fracture. Because your well-being was never yours. It was borrowed from conditions that were always temporary. The exhaustion you feel isn't from working too hard. It's from trying to control what can't be controlled. From spending every day monitoring threats, managing outcomes, desperately attempting to keep circumstances aligned so you can feel okay for just a few more hours. It's the exhaustion of believing that your security depends on the world cooperating. And the world doesn't cooperate. It never has. It never will. And every day you spend waiting for it, you're spending energy that could be going towards something real. You will die. Not because of traffic, not because of a missed meeting, not because you failed to control every variable. You'll die because that's what happens. And when that moment comes, will you have spent your entire life dependent on circumstances? Will you have given every external force, traffic, emails, other people's moods the power to destabilize you? Or will you have found something solid, something internal, something that can't be taken away no matter what happens outside you? Epictetus wrote those words from a position most people would consider unbearable. He was born a slave, spent his youth in chains. His body was broken by his master, his leg permanently damaged, leaving him with a limp that lasted his entire life. He had no wealth, no status, no external power. And yet he understood something that people with every advantage often miss, that real health has nothing to do with circumstances, that confidence doesn't come from controlling outcomes, that the only security worth having is the kind that can't be taken away. He called it prohairesis, your capacity for rational choice, your ability to decide how you respond to what happens to you. Not what happens, you don't control that, but how you meet it, how you interpret it, how you let it affect your internal state. This is the only thing that's actually yours, the only thing that can't be stripped away by circumstance, by other people, by chance, by time, and it's the only foundation solid enough to build a life on. but you don't live that way. Most people don't. Instead, you place your confidence in things that are inherently unstable. You believe you'll be fine as long as your job is secure, as long as your relationships stay intact, as long as your health holds up, as long as nothing goes catastrophically wrong. And maybe that works for a while. Maybe you can maintain the illusion of stability as long as circumstances cooperate. But circumstances don't cooperate forever. Jobs end, relationships fracture, health declines. And when those things shift, when the external scaffolding you've been leaning on starts to collapse, you collapse with it. Because you never built internal foundation. You never developed the kind of confidence that doesn't depend on outcomes. You never learned to live like a healthy person, not physically healthy, but psychologically whole. Someone who understands that their well-being isn't contingent on things outside their control. Someone who's placed their security in the one place it can actually survive, in their own capacity to respond with clarity, with dignity, with rationality, regardless of what happens. This is what Epictetus meant by living with complete confidence. Not the fake confidence that comes from having everything go your way. Not the brittle confidence that shatters the moment circumstances shift. But the deep, unshakable confidence that comes from knowing that nothing outside you can actually break you. That your capacity for rational choice, your ability to decide how you'll meet whatever comes, is the only security you need. And it's the only security that can't be taken away. But here's the problem. You've spent years doing the opposite. You've spent years trying to control outcomes instead of controlling your responses. You've spent years placing your peace of mind in other people's hands, in circumstances you can't manage, in variables that shift without warning. And now, sitting in traffic on the way to work, you feel the cost of that choice. The constant anxiety, the perpetual vulnerability, the sense that your entire life is held together by threads, and any one of them could snap at any moment. The traffic isn't moving, hasn't moved in 10 minutes. The car ahead is too close. The car behind is too close. The lanes are packed with identical vehicles, all of them stopped, all of them waiting for something to shift. The sun is too bright. The air conditioning is too loud. The radio is playing something news, advertisements, noise, but Caleb isn't listening. He's just sitting there, hands on the wheel, staring at the brake lights ahead, feeling the pressure build in his chest like something physical. You left early. He always leaves early. Builds an extra time for delays, for traffic, for the inevitable chaos that comes with trying to move through a city that's perpetually gridlocked. But it doesn't matter. No amount of planning prevents this. No amount of preparation makes it less suffocating. He's still here, still stuck, still completely at the mercy of variables he can't control. Other drivers, construction, accidents somewhere up ahead that he can't see, can't avoid, can't do anything about except sit here and wait. His phone buzzes. He glances at it. An email. Something urgent, apparently. Something that needed his attention 10 minutes ago. He doesn't open it. He just stares at the notification, feeling his jaw tighten, feeling the anxiety spike. Because he can't respond right now. He's stuck in traffic. And even though that's obvious, even though no rational person would blame him for being late, he still feels the pressure, the sense that he's failing, that he's letting someone down, that this delay completely outside his control is somehow his fault. This is the sickness, not the traffic, not the delay, but the belief that his well-being depends on things he can't control, that he'll be fine as long as he's on time, as long as he responds quickly enough, as long as nothing goes wrong, as long as external circumstances cooperate. And when they don't, when traffic stops, when emails pile up, when variables shift in ways he didn't anticipate, he doesn't stay calm. He doesn't stay solid. He fractures, because his entire sense of security is built on outcomes, not on himself. The car ahead moves forward 3 feet, then stops. Caleb follows, stops. The engine idles. The air conditioning hums. The sun beats down on the windshield, heating the interior despite the fans running at full blast. He can feel sweat starting to form on his back, can feel his heart rate elevated, can feel the familiar tightness in his chest that comes every morning now, that never quite goes away, that he's started to think of as normal, even though he knows it's not. He thinks about the meeting he's supposed to attend, thinks about the presentation he's supposed to give, thinks about the expectations, the deadlines, the deliverables, all of it contingent on him being there, all of it dependent on circumstances aligning. And right now, circumstances aren't aligning. Right now, he's stuck. And there's nothing he can do about it except sit here and feel the anxiety build, feel the pressure mount, feel the sense of impending failure grow stronger with every minute that passes. This is how most people live, not just in traffic, but in life, believing that their peace of mind depends on outcomes, believing that they'll be secure as long as things go according to plan, and then spending every day in a state of low-grade panic because things rarely go according to plan, because outcomes are inherently unstable, because no amount of preparation can guarantee that circumstances will cooperate. The healthy person, the person Epictetus was talking about, doesn't live this way. They don't place their confidence in outcomes. They place it in their capacity to respond. They understand that traffic will happen, that delays will occur, that plans will fall apart, and they're confident anyway, not because they believe nothing will go wrong, but because they know that nothing external can actually break them, that their well-being isn't contingent on circumstances, that their security lies in a place circumstances can't reach, in their own rational choice, in their ability to decide how they'll meet whatever comes. But Caleb doesn't feel that way. Sitting here in gridlocked traffic, he doesn't feel confident. He feels vulnerable, exposed, at the mercy of variables he can't control. And underneath the immediate anxiety about being late, about missing the meeting, about failing to meet expectations, there's a deeper fear. A fear that his entire life is like this, that he spent years building security on things that can be taken away at any moment, that he's never developed the kind of internal foundation that can withstand external chaos, that he's sick in a way that has nothing to do with his body and everything to do with where he's placed his confidence. The traffic moves again, slowly, incrementally. Caleb advances 20 feet, then stops. The car ahead, the car behind, all of them locked in the same pattern, all of them waiting for something to shift, all of them at the mercy of whatever is happening up ahead, an accident, construction, just too many vehicles trying to occupy the same space at the same time. It doesn't matter what caused it. What matters is that it's outside his control, completely, entirely, utterly outside his control. And that fact is suffocating him. He looks at the other drivers. Some are on their phones. Some are drinking coffee. Some are staring ahead with the same blank expression he probably has. All of them stuck, all of them waiting. And he wonders if they feel it too. If they're experiencing the same anxiety, the same pressure, the same sense of vulnerability, or if they found some way to be okay with this, some way to sit in chaos without fracturing, some way to remain solid even when circumstances refuse to cooperate. Epictetus would say they have, or at least they could, because the chaos isn't the problem. The traffic isn't the problem. The delay isn't the problem. The problem is believing that your well-being depends on the traffic moving, that your security requires circumstances to cooperate, that your peace of mind is contingent on outcomes you can't control. Once you believe that, you're trapped, not by traffic, but by your own dependence on variables that will never stabilize. The healthy person sits in the same traffic, experiences the same delay, but they don't fracture, because their confidence isn't placed in outcomes. It's placed in something unimpeded, something that can't be taken away. Their capacity to respond with clarity, their ability to choose how they'll meet this moment, their understanding that being late doesn't make them a failure, that missing a meeting doesn't define their worth, that external chaos can't actually break them unless they let it. But that kind of health requires practice. It requires shifting where you place your confidence. It requires learning to distinguish between what you control and what you don't, and then having the discipline to place your security only in what you control, not outcomes, not other people's reactions, not whether traffic moves or doesn't move, just your response, your choice, your capacity for rationality in the face of chaos. Caleb doesn't have that yet. He's still sick, still placing his confidence in things that can be taken away, still believing that his well-being depends on circumstances aligning, and sitting here, trapped in gridlocked traffic, feeling the anxiety build and the pressure mount and the sense of impending failure grow stronger. He's finally starting to understand the cost of that sickness, the cost of living without real foundation, the cost of building your life on sand. The traffic doesn't clear. It shifts slightly, then stops again. The same pattern repeating. A few feet forward, then brake lights. A few more feet, then stillness. The sun climbs higher. The temperature inside the car rises despite the air conditioning running at maximum. Caleb's shirt sticks to his back. His hands are damp on the steering wheel. His phone continues to buzz emails, messages, notifications, all of them demanding attention. He can't give because he's stuck here, locked in place, completely unable to do anything except wait. He thinks about calling ahead, explaining the situation, apologizing for being late. But what would he say? I'm stuck in traffic. Everyone's stuck in traffic. That's not an excuse. That's just life. That's just what happens when you try to move through a city where millions of people are all trying to be somewhere at the same time. It's predictable. It's inevitable. And yet somehow, every time it happens, it still feels like a personal failure, like he should have planned better, left earlier, chosen a different route, done anything to avoid this exact situation. But that's the trap, isn't it? The belief that if he just planned better, prepared more thoroughly, anticipated every variable, he could avoid moments like this. The belief that security comes from controlling outcomes, from making sure nothing goes wrong, from keeping all the pieces aligned so that his day can proceed smoothly. His obligations can be met, his sense of competence can remain intact. And when that doesn't happen, when traffic stops, when variables shift, when chaos arrives despite all his preparation, he doesn't stay calm. He doesn't adapt. He fractures. This is what Epictetus was addressing, not traffic specifically, but the entire framework most people use to navigate their lives. The framework that says your well-being depends on external circumstances, that you'll be fine as long as things go according to plan, that your security requires the world to cooperate. And when the world doesn't cooperate, which it rarely does, you're left vulnerable, anxious, completely destabilized by forces you never had control over to begin with. The Stoics had a name for this dependency. They called it living according to externals, placing your confidence, your peace of mind, your sense of security in things outside yourself, in outcomes, circumstances, other people's reactions. And they understood something crucial, that this kind of life is inherently fragile, because externals shift. They change without warning. They refuse to cooperate. And when you've built your entire sense of well-being on things that can be taken away at any moment, you're not actually secure. You're just temporarily free from disaster. The healthy person, the person who lives with complete confidence, doesn't depend on externals. They understand that traffic will happen, that plans will fail, that circumstances will shift in ways they didn't anticipate, and they're confident anyway, not because they believe they can control those things, but because they've placed their security in something that can't be taken away, their capacity for rational choice, their ability to decide how they'll respond to whatever happens, their understanding that their well-being doesn't depend on outcomes, but on how they meet those outcomes. But developing that kind of confidence requires a fundamental shift. It requires recognizing first that most of what you worry about is outside your control. And second, that worrying about it doesn't change that fact. It just makes you sick. It creates a perpetual state of anxiety where your peace of mind is held hostage by variables that will never stabilize. And the more you try to control those variables, the more you plan, prepare, anticipate, strategize, the more exhausted you become, because you're spending energy trying to manage what can't be managed. Caleb knows this intellectually. He's read about Stoicism. He understands the dichotomy of control, the idea that some things are up to us and some things aren't. He knows that traffic is outside his control, that other people's reactions are outside his control, that outcomes ultimately are outside his control. He knows all of this, but knowing it doesn't change how he feels, doesn't stop the anxiety from rising, doesn't prevent the fracturing that happens every time circumstances refuse to cooperate. Because knowing something intellectually and living it are two different things. You can understand the theory perfectly and still live like someone who's completely dependent on externals. Still place your confidence in outcomes. Still believe that you'll be secure as long as nothing goes wrong. And then, when something inevitably goes wrong, you're just as vulnerable as someone who's never heard of Stoicism at all. The traffic inches forward again. Caleb follows. The pattern continues. And as he sits there, trapped in this gridlock that has no clear end, he starts to see something. Not a solution, not a way out, but a pattern. A pattern in how he's been living. A pattern in where he's been placing his confidence. A pattern that extends far beyond this particular traffic jam and into every area of his life. He thinks about work, about how his sense of security there depends entirely on performance, on meeting deadlines, on delivering results, on his boss being satisfied, his colleagues being impressed, his clients being happy, on maintaining a reputation for reliability, competence, excellence. And maybe that would be fine if those things were actually up to him, but they're not. Not entirely. He can work hard. He can prepare thoroughly. He can do everything right. And still, outcomes can go wrong. Projects can fail. Clients can be unhappy. Circumstances can shift in ways that make even excellent work look inadequate. And when that happens, he doesn't stay solid. He doesn't recognize that his work was good regardless of how circumstances played out. He fractures. He questions himself. He feels like a failure because his confidence was never based on his own capacity, on his ability to work with focus, with integrity, with rationality. It was based on outcomes, on external validation, on circumstances cooperating. And circumstances don't always cooperate. He thinks about relationships, about how his sense of security there depends on other people, on them responding the way he wants, on them being available when he needs them, on them not being angry, not being disappointed, not being distant, on maintaining a version of himself that keeps them satisfied. And again, maybe that would be fine if he could control how other people feel. But he can't. He can be kind. He can be thoughtful. He can do everything right. And still, people can be upset, can be unavailable, can withdraw for reasons that have nothing to do with him. And when that happens, he doesn't recognize that he's behaved well regardless of how they've responded. He fractures. He questions what he did wrong. He feels rejected because his confidence in those relationships was never based on his own capacity to show up with integrity, with honesty, with care. It was based on their reactions, on their approval, on them making him feel secure. And other people's reactions will never be stable enough to build real security on. He thinks about his daily routine, about how his sense of well-being depends on things going smoothly, on waking up on time, on traffic flowing, on meetings starting when they're supposed to, on technology working, on 100 small variables aligning so that his day can proceed without disruption. And when even one of those variables shifts, when he oversleeps, when traffic stops, when a meeting runs long, when his computer crashes, his entire sense of control collapses. Because it was never real control. It was just temporary alignment. And alignment is inherently unstable. This is the sickness Epictetus was describing, not a physical illness, not something that shows up on medical tests, but a psychological fragility that comes from placing your confidence in things that can't hold it, from building your life on a foundation that was never solid to begin with, from believing that your security depends on circumstances when circumstances are the least secure thing there is. The traffic stops again, completely, no movement at all, just rows of cars sitting still under a climbing sun, all of them waiting for something to change. Caleb turns off the engine. There's no point wasting gas. He opens the windows slightly. The air outside is hot, but at least it's moving. He can hear horns in the distance, can hear engines idling, can hear the low hum of a city that's trying to function, but can't because too many variables are misaligned at once. And sitting there, in that stillness, he realizes something. This moment, this traffic jam, this delay, this complete inability to control what's happening isn't an exception. It's not an unusual circumstance. It's actually closer to reality than the moments when everything goes smoothly. Because most of life is like this. Most of life involves variables you can't control, outcomes you can't guarantee, circumstances that shift without warning. And if your security depends on those things aligning, then your security is an illusion. It's just temporary freedom from chaos. And chaos always returns. The Stoics practiced something they called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. It sounds dark, pessimistic, like they were encouraging people to expect the worst. But that's not what it was. It was a practice of mental preparation, of recognizing clearly and honestly that things will go wrong, that plans will fail, that circumstances will refuse to cooperate, not because the universe is malicious, but because that's just how reality works. And if you haven't prepared for that reality, if you've spent your life believing that security comes from things going right, then you're not prepared for life at all. You're prepared for a fantasy, for a version of reality where variables align, where circumstances cooperate, where nothing disrupts your plans. But that version doesn't exist. It never has. And waiting for it, depending on it, placing your confidence in it, that's what makes you sick. That's what creates the perpetual anxiety, the constant vulnerability, the sense that your life is held together by threads that could snap at any moment. The healthy person doesn't wait for circumstances to align. They don't depend on things going right. They've accepted deeply that chaos is normal, that disruption is inevitable, that variables will shift, plans will fail, outcomes will disappoint, and they're confident anyway. Not because they're delusional, not because they believe nothing bad will happen, but because they've placed their security in something that can't be disrupted, their own capacity to respond, their ability to meet whatever comes with clarity, with rationality, with dignity. That's the only foundation solid enough to build a life on. But most people never develop that foundation. They spend their entire lives trying to control outcomes instead of controlling their responses. They exhaust themselves managing variables that can't be managed. They fracture every time circumstances shift, and they call that normal. They call that life. They don't recognize that they're sick, that they've built their entire sense of security on something that was never secure to begin with. Caleb looks at his phone again. More notifications, more urgent messages, more evidence that the world is moving forward without him, that obligations are piling up, that his absence is creating problems. And he feels the familiar spike of anxiety, the sense that he's failing, that he's letting people down, that this delay completely outside his control is somehow his responsibility, because that's how he's been trained to think. That's the sickness speaking. The belief that his worth depends on outcomes, that his security requires circumstances to cooperate, that he'll only be okay if he can keep all the variables aligned. But what if he couldn't? What if the traffic never moved? What if he missed the meeting entirely? What if he failed to meet the deadline, disappointed his boss, lost a client? Would he still be okay? Would he still have dignity? Would he still be capable of responding with rationality, with integrity, with clarity? Or would he collapse entirely, his sense of self completely dependent on external validation, on outcomes he never had control over to begin with? The traffic starts moving again. Slowly, the car ahead rolls forward. Caleb starts the engine, follows. The pattern resumes, and as he drives, or rather, as he sits in his car while it inches forward at a pace barely faster than walking, he starts to understand something. Not the solution, not yet, but the problem, the real problem. Not the traffic, not the delay, but the fact that his entire sense of well-being depends on things like this not happening. And things like this will always happen, which means his well-being was never real. It was just borrowed, temporary, contingent on luck. The traffic finally breaks. Not all at once, not dramatically, but gradually the gridlock loosens. Cars start moving at a pace that could almost be called normal. The highway opens up, the lanes spread out. The pressure that had been building for the last hour begins to dissipate, not inside Caleb, but outside him. The external circumstances that had been suffocating him are now cooperating, and he should feel relief. He should feel the anxiety drain away, but he doesn't, because the anxiety was never really about the traffic. He makes it to work, 20 minutes late, not catastrophically late, not unforgivably late, just late enough to feel it, to carry it with him as he walks through the parking garage, as he takes the elevator up, as he enters the building and heads toward the conference room, where the meeting is already in progress. He can hear voices inside, can see people through the glass walls, can feel the familiar tightness in his chest returning, the sense that he's failed somehow, that this delay completely outside his control has marked him as unreliable. He opens the door quietly, slips into an empty seat near the back. A few people glance at him. Most don't. The meeting continues. His boss is speaking, going through slides, outlining quarterly goals. Everything proceeds as it would have whether Caleb was here on time or not. His presence or absence didn't actually matter. The world kept moving. The meeting happened. Nothing collapsed. And yet, sitting there, trying to focus on what's being said, he can't shake the feeling that something fundamental has shifted. Not out there, in here, in the space between what he experienced in traffic and what he's experiencing now, in the gap between the anxiety he felt when circumstances weren't cooperating, and the hollow relief he feels now that they are. Because the relief isn't real, it's just a temporary absence of pressure. It's not security. It's not confidence. It's just luck. And luck always runs out. The meeting ends. People file out. Caleb stays in his seat for a moment, staring at the empty room, at the abandoned coffee cups and scattered papers, at the residue of a gathering that happened with or without him. And he realizes something. He's been living his entire life like this, waiting for circumstances to cooperate, feeling anxious when they don't, feeling temporarily relieved when they do, never actually solid, never actually secure, just constantly reacting to variables outside his control, believing that his well-being depends on how those variables align. This is what Epictetus saw. This is what he was trying to address. when he spoke about living with complete confidence. Not the confidence that comes from things going well, but the confidence that remains when things go poorly. The confidence that doesn't depend on outcomes, on other people's reactions, on circumstances aligning. The confidence that comes from knowing that your security lives in a place that can't be reached by external chaos. But how do you get there? How do you shift from depending on externals to depending on yourself? How do you build the kind of internal foundation that can withstand traffic jams and missed meetings and all the other disruptions that life throws at you? The answer isn't complicated, but it requires honesty. It requires recognizing first where you've been placing your confidence, and second, what that dependence has cost you. Caleb walks back to his desk, sits down, opens his laptop. The emails are waiting, the messages, the tasks that piled up while he was stuck in traffic. He could dive into them immediately, could try to catch up, could spend the rest of the day in reactive mode, responding to everything that's demanding his attention, proving that despite being late, he's still reliable, still competent, still worthy of the confidence people have placed in him. But he doesn't, not yet. Instead, he sits there, staring at the screen, feeling something he hasn't felt in a long time. Not anxiety, not pressure, but clarity, a moment of seeing things as they actually are, rather than as he's been pretending they are. And what he sees is this. He's been exhausting himself trying to control things that can't be controlled. He's been placing his security in outcomes that were never stable. He's been living like someone who believes that confidence comes from external validation when it doesn't. It never did. The Stoics understood this. They practiced it daily, not as philosophy, not as abstract theory, but as a way of life. They would wake up each morning and remind themselves, some things are up to us, and some things aren't. What's up to us is our own thinking, our own choices, our own responses. Everything else, other people's reactions, external outcomes, circumstances, is outside our control. And the healthy person, the person who lives with real confidence, places their security only in what's up to them. This sounds simple, but living it is difficult, because it requires giving up the illusion of control. It requires accepting that you can't guarantee outcomes, that you can't make people respond the way you want, that you can't prevent circumstances from shifting. All you can do is decide how you'll meet whatever comes, how you'll think about it, how you'll respond to it, whether you'll let it destabilize you or whether you'll remain solid regardless. Caleb thinks about the traffic, about how helpless he felt, about how the anxiety built and built until it felt like something physical, something crushing, and he realizes the traffic didn't do that to him. He did that to himself, by believing that his well-being depended on the traffic moving, by placing his security in something outside his control, by refusing to accept that delays happen, that circumstances shift, that life contains disruption, whether he likes it or not. The healthy response would have been different. Not acceptance in a passive sense, not giving up or not caring, but acceptance in the Stoic sense, recognizing that the traffic was outside his control, that being late was outside his control, that other people's reactions to his lateness were outside his control, and then choosing how he would respond, choosing to remain calm, choosing to focus on what he could control, his own thinking, his own composure, his own dignity, in the face of chaos. But he didn't do that. He fractured. He panicked. He let external circumstances determine his internal state. And that's the sickness. That's what Epictetus was diagnosing. Not traffic, not delays, but the belief that your peace of mind should depend on things going smoothly, that your security requires circumstances to cooperate, that you'll only be okay if external forces align in your favor. That belief makes you fragile. It makes you vulnerable to every shift in circumstance, every disappointment, every disruption. It means you're never actually secure because security for you depends on things that are inherently unstable. And the more you try to control those things, the more you plan, prepare, anticipate, strategize, the more exhausted you become. Because you're fighting reality. You're demanding that the world cooperate when the world has never cooperated and never will. He opens the first email, reads it. It's not urgent. Despite the tone, despite the implication that his response was needed immediately, it's just another task, another request, another variable demanding his attention. He could respond right now, could apologize for the delay, could explain about the traffic, could try to manage how this person perceives him. But what would that accomplish? It wouldn't change anything. It would just be another attempt to control an outcome that's outside his control. Instead, he takes a breath, thinks about what's actually being asked, thinks about what response would be most useful, most clear, most aligned with his own values, rather than with some imagined expectation. And then he writes that response, not apologetically, not defensively, just clearly, honestly, without trying to manage how it will be received, because how it's received is outside his control. All he can control is the quality of his own thinking, the integrity of his own response. This is what the Stoics practiced. This is what they meant by living according to nature, not external nature, but your own rational nature, your capacity to think clearly, to respond with dignity, to maintain your composure regardless of what's happening around you. This is the only security that can't be taken away, the only confidence that doesn't depend on circumstances, the only foundation solid enough to build a life on. But it requires vigilance. It requires catching yourself every time you start to place your security in externals. Every time you start to believe that you'll be okay as long as things go well. Every time you start to fracture because circumstances aren't cooperating. It requires recognizing in those moments that you're giving away your power. You're making your well-being contingent on things you can't control. You're choosing to be vulnerable when you could choose to be solid. Caleb finishes the email, sends it, moves to the next one, and as he works through the pile of messages and tasks, he notices something different. Not a dramatic shift, not a sudden transformation, but a subtle change in how he's approaching things. He's less reactive, less desperate to manage outcomes, more focused on what's actually within his control, his own thinking, his own responses, his own integrity. It's not that the external pressures have disappeared. The deadlines are still there. The expectations are still there. The potential for disappointment, for failure, for criticism, all of that is still there. But it feels different now, less suffocating, less existential, because he's starting to understand that none of those things can actually break him. They can happen. They probably will happen, but his security doesn't depend on preventing them. It depends on how he meets them, The day continues. Meetings happen, tasks get completed, emails get answered. The normal rhythm of work proceeds. And through it all, Caleb carries this new awareness, this recognition that he's been sick, that he's been placing his confidence in things that can't hold it, that he's been exhausting himself trying to control outcomes when the only thing he needed to control was his own response. It's not a cure, not yet. This kind of sickness doesn't disappear overnight. It's been years in the making, years of believing that security comes from external validation, that confidence depends on circumstances cooperating, that peace of mind requires things to go well. You don't undo that conditioning in a day, but you can start. You can begin noticing when you're fracturing, when you're placing your security in externals, when you're letting circumstances determine your internal state. And when you notice it, you can make a different choice. You can remind yourself, this outcome is outside my control. This person's reaction is outside my control. This circumstance is outside my control. What's inside my control is how I think about it, how I respond to it, whether I let it break me or whether I remain solid. That's the only security I need. That's the only confidence worth having. The Stoics called this the discipline of ascent, the practice of choosing what you'll accept into your mind, what you'll let affect you, what you'll allow to destabilize you. Most people never develop this discipline. They let every external event, every disappointment, every disruption determine how they feel. They're constantly reactive, constantly vulnerable, constantly at the mercy of circumstances. And they call that normal, they call that life. But it's not life. It's sickness. It's fragility masquerading as normalcy. And the cost of that sickness is enormous. It's the anxiety that never quite goes away, the pressure that builds every morning, the sense that your entire existence is held together by threads, the exhaustion that comes from trying to control what can't be controlled, the perpetual vulnerability to things outside yourself. The healthy person doesn't live that way. They understand that circumstances will shift, that outcomes won't always go their way, that disappointment is inevitable, and they're okay anyway, not because they're delusional, not because they believe nothing bad will happen, but because they've placed their security in something that can't be disrupted, their own capacity for rational choice, their ability to respond with clarity, with dignity, with composure, regardless of what happens. This is what Epictetus meant by living with complete confidence. This is what he practiced despite being a slave, despite having no external power, despite his body being broken. He understood that real security doesn't come from circumstances. It comes from yourself, from your capacity to meet whatever comes without fracturing, from your understanding that nothing external can actually break you unless you let it. The day ends. Caleb drives home. The traffic is lighter now. The highway flows. The variables have aligned in his favor. And he could take that as evidence that things are fine, that his anxiety this morning was just an overreaction, that he was worrying about nothing. But he doesn't, because he understands now that the ease of this drive has nothing to do with real security. It's just temporary cooperation, temporary alignment, and tomorrow, or the next day, or the day after that, the traffic will stop again. Circumstances will shift. Variables will refuse to cooperate. And when that happens, he'll have a choice. He can fracture the way he did this morning, He can let the anxiety build, let the pressure mount, let external chaos determine his internal state. Or he can remain solid. He can recognize that the traffic is outside his control, that being late is outside his control, that other people's reactions are outside his control. And then he can focus on what is within his control. His own thinking, his own composure, his own dignity in the face of disruption. That's the practice. That's what the Stoics did daily. Not once, not as a one-time realization, but continuously, every day, every moment, catching themselves when they started to place their security in externals, reminding themselves what was actually within their control, choosing to respond with rationality rather than react with anxiety, building slowly the kind of internal foundation that can withstand any external storm. This is what living with complete confidence looks like. Not the absence of disruption, not circumstances always cooperating, but the deep understanding that your well-being doesn't depend on circumstances, that your security lives in a place circumstances can't reach, that nothing external can actually break you, that you have everything you need right now to meet whatever comes with clarity and dignity and composure. You will die, maybe in traffic, maybe in your sleep, maybe decades from now surrounded by people you love. But whenever it comes, the question won't be whether you controlled every outcome, whether circumstances always cooperated, whether you avoided every disruption. The question will be whether you lived with real security, whether you placed your confidence in something solid, whether you understood that the only foundation worth building on is the one that can't be taken away, your own capacity for rational choice. Most people never find that foundation. They spend their entire lives believing that security comes from externals, that confidence depends on outcomes, that peace of mind requires circumstances to align, and they die fragile, vulnerable, never having understood that they had everything they needed all along, that the security they were chasing outside themselves was always available inside. But you don't have to live that way. You can make a different choice. You can start noticing when you're placing your confidence in externals. You can start catching yourself when you fracture. You can start building the kind of internal foundation that can withstand any external chaos. It won't happen overnight. It won't be easy, but it's the only path to real security, the only way to live with complete confidence, the only foundation solid enough to build a life on. The traffic flows. The highway stretches ahead. The sun sets behind the skyline, casting long shadows across the road. And Caleb drives home, carrying this understanding with him, not as a solution, not as an ending, but as a beginning, the beginning of learning to live differently, the beginning of placing his security where it actually belongs, the beginning of understanding that the only thing that needs to go right for him to be okay is his own capacity to respond with clarity, with dignity, with rationality, no matter what happens. That's the practice. That's the path. That's what it means to be healthy in the way Epictetus meant it. And it starts now, in this moment, with this choice, to stop depending on externals, to stop fracturing when circumstances shift, to start building something solid, something that can't be taken away, something that makes death powerless because you finally learned to live. There are other truths waiting, other patterns to uncover, other ways you've been placing your security in things that can't hold it, The descent continues if you're willing to keep walking, if you're ready to see what else you've been depending on that was never solid to begin with. The next conversation is already forming in the silence. All you have to do is decide whether you're ready to hear it.